I just want like my spot on the carpet to like illuminate. Like people just like have to come over because they're like, what is different about her? And it's nothing that I'm doing, but it's like you know? And so when she said that, like 3 days before I left, I was like, oh, it was like deep sigh of relief because I was like, this is exactly what I've been praying for, you know? Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Do I Know You? Today we have a JordieRants because, y'all, for weeks I've been saying, I have an announcement, I have a big announcement, I have a big announcement. And the gag is I forgot to come on here and literally announce it. But, I mean, the truth is, hopefully y'all already know the announcement because you're following at Do I Know You Show on Insta, shameless plug. But if you're Insta-less, or you need just a little sweet little reminder, a little love touch, what's it called? A love tap? I don't know if that's applicable to this situation, but it is today. A love tap of a reminder. I'm going to be explaining in this JordieRants what God did. So the post announcement, I guess, slash a reflection, slash what this JordieRants is about, is that last week I was a red carpet host at the ESPYs. There's too much technology on here for me to be dancing like that. And the gag is the check has not cleared yet. So let me relax. Yeah, I don't really still have an explanation. I still I'm trying to find the words to process, but I wanted to come on here, kind of explain everything and do it in a very direct, concise way. But also I just want to be very transparent because the whole point of this show is to share more of my identity, celebrate identity, all these things. And I just felt like on Wednesday, the day of the ESPYs, I was like walking in my identity, walking in truth, walking in purpose. Like it was so fulfilling. Like we'll get into that. So I also want to answer some like general questions I've gotten about it just through like DMs and stuff and friends and family. And thank you all so much for your support. Thank you so much. If you have not seen the content, the teaser is out right now by the time that I'm recording this. And hopefully by the time I'm recording this, the interviews will have dropped as well. All right, so this JordieRants is going to be broken up into 4 parts. First, how did I get this opportunity? Second, how did it go? You're so sweet for asking. I will tell you how it went. Third, what did I learn? And 4, the big question is, what's next? So we're going to get into all of that right now. Number 1, how did I get this? The big question that I feel like everyone's asking, and it's a very valid question. And my answer is also very valid, but I think a lot of people are laughing when I say this. I'm very serious. God. I know, you're shocked that I said that, but it's very true. Here's the thing. Do I work extremely hard? Absolutely. Do I sacrifice a lot for this show, for this career? Absolutely. But I don't believe in 2 things. 1, coincidences, and 2, like working your way to like God things, if that makes sense. So like 1, on the coincidence piece, this literally, it feels like it fell into my lap, but I know it's not random. I know it's like literally a blessing that God gave me. And 2, it's like, yes, I work hard, but you can't strive yourself into things that like are only coming from above. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that's just what I believe in, a central part of who I am. So for me, I am not stupid. I know exactly where this came from. Sure, I worked hard, but like at the end of the day, God graced me to work hard. And that's the reason I'm here now. So I really appreciate when people are like, oh no, but like, it wasn't him, like it was you. I'm like, it really wasn't. Like I wish, actually I don't wish. I can't take credit for it. I literally cannot take any credit because at the end of the day, no one can do it like God can. Also, y'all, like I was very discouraged about this show in like my career 3 months ago. Like I was really going through it. Like I would cry a lot. And like, yeah, it just wasn't looking good for me. And I literally almost gave up. And I just feel like since then, and along the way before that, God has just been giving me little reminders of like, don't stop. There's a song, it's called It's Gonna Happen, I think. And there's a line, he's like, I threw in the towel and God threw it back. Like, that is literally the story of this past like 6 months for me. Like I literally threw in the towel so many times. God was like, you're not stopping. And so many times it's just giving me like little like Easter eggs almost of like, don't stop, this is coming. Don't stop, this is coming. And so this was literally just like a realization that I'm on the right track. God has seen and heard every single one of my cries, every single one of my prayers, every single one of my friends and family's prayers. And if you've been praying for like everybody, and like that is huge. So that's how this opportunity came up. But the reality is God does work through other people. So the power of female friendships, the power of Black women co-signing for other Black women is how God moved and how I got this opportunity. But yeah, so it's so incredible and so fun. So the next part is, how did it go? In short, perfection. Literally perfection. I wasn't sure like going in how to measure success in this thing. I was like, is it like by who I talk to? Is it like if together the company I was working for, like is it them being happy? Like I just didn't know how to measure success. But I realized kind of reflectively, like, is that a word? Here, we're making up all sorts of words today. I realized that the way to measure success for me was by like what I had prayed for. So what I kept praying and like what my friends prayed over me, shout out to all my friends at church who like literally, and outside of church, like everybody who just really poured into me. Like I just prayed like, God, let me be a light. Like, let me be a light. Let me be a light. And actually, while my friends were praying for me, one of my friends literally stopped the prayer. Her name's Raja. She's amazing. She was like, Jordan, I keep getting like Matthew 5:16 for you. And I'm gonna put up a screenshot here. But basically it's like, go be a light, okay? Go be a light and let your good works give glory to God. And that has just like been, it was so crazy because one, I'd been praying for weeks since I found out about this opportunity almost a month ago. Like, God, I just want to be a light on the carpet. Like, I just want like my spot on the carpet to like illuminate. Like people just like have to come over because they're like, what is different about her? And it's nothing that I'm doing, but it's like you know? And so when she said that, like 3 days before I left, I was like, oh, it was like deep sigh of relief because I was like, this is exactly what I've been praying for, you know? Now that the event's over and I can look back, I can literally say that that was answered to a T. I thought like, okay, I had heard that like the red carpet is like a fight, like it's survival of the fittest. And all that is very true for sure. Shout out to my friend Andrea who told me that. But at the end of the day, it really was not hard for us. And I know it's because it's an answered prayer. Like, y'all, we had a line of people waiting to talk to us, okay? We had the publicity people and the PR people coming to me asking, do you want this person? I'm like, girl, yes, everybody can come and talk to Jordierae. That's like, yes, 1,000%. This is not an exclusive club. Everybody can come in. And thank God I was working. Y'all, Together is such an incredible, incredible organization. They have the best people and the best mission. Y'all need to go check them out because they're so, I just, like, it's the little things that they helped me with, like, on the day of, and, like, shout out to my team, Jordan and Ken's, who were working with me, because Ken's was, like, my producer, and she was just, like, oh my gosh, she was in my ear, like, it was just so great, and it just felt so natural, like, that's the only way I can describe it, like, y'all, I was really nervous at the beginning, I was like, because you see, like, all these outlets, like, USA Today, and, like, Hollywood Access, like, you just see these outlets that you've been, I don't know, like liking their videos for so long and you're like, oh wait, I know you. And it's just kind of like, whoa, you have all this experience. This is my first time. But that's imposter syndrome. And that will exclude you from rooms that you are supposed to be in. So I literally had to work on quieting that voice. Like even as I was talking to people, the first 3 interviews, y'all, well, I'll say first 2, I was shaky. Like I don't know if you could see it. Maybe you could, but I don't know if they will make it in. But I was really nervous. And I was like, Jordan, you have to quiet that voice inside because that's going to exclude you from a room that you were already called to. So once I like quieted that voice, y'all, it was smooth sailing. I was going to talk more about like what it actually looked like, but I think I'm just going to debrief it on my TikTok. So go follow my TikTok if you want the backstage access. And then also make sure you go watch the videos on TOGETHXR's platforms and on my platforms, and that'll be that debrief. Part 3, what did I learn? Because all of this is about learning and giving back and learning and giving back. So I think I've been talking about a lot of lessons so far. I think the biggest one it set in for me while I was on the carpet is God is beyond numbers. I very transparently have been like, when I first started the show, I was really worried about like subscriber count and likes and views and da-da-da-da. And oh, this went down and this went up and these followers came out of nowhere and oh, these people left. Like it is literally maddening. That is a maddening cycle. And as someone who is heading into a career that is like kind of numbers centric and people are worried about like engagement and views, like I just cannot focus on that. I just literally cannot focus on that because it's distracting from the content you're trying to make. It's distracting from what you're trying to do, the mission. It's distracting from actual engagement with your audience. Like, I'm not worried about that. And as soon as I let that go, because, okay, actually, shout out to my mom because, as y'all know, my day job, maybe you don't know, is a consultant. And it's very numbers and data heavy. And I remember my mom and I were on a walk a few months ago, and she was like, you know, God is really funny. Not the reason, but she's like, God has a sense of humor. He might have you in this like data-centric job because he wants you to know that he's still beyond that for the career that you're really trying to go down. And I was like, wow, that's really a word. And I think that's so true. Like, this does not like logically, I guess, make sense. Logically. If you look by like the world standards, right? Thank God I don't live by the world standards because this opportunity was for me because Jesus sent it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it had my name on it, and what God has for you, no man can stop. No numbers can stop. So I just want to encourage you right now, like, if you are feeling like, oh, like, I don't have this resource, or I don't have this platform, or I don't have, like, whatever you feel like you want, whether it's in, I don't know, whatever you're going for. If you feel like you are lacking, like, trust God, because what he has for you, he loves to work outside the world standards. Like, he loves to do it. He loves, like, the underdogs. He eats all that up. You can see in the Bible. I'm a living example of it. And so it's only up from here, you know? The second lesson I learned was just how much support there was in the carpet. Like, I kind of mentioned, I thought it was going to be very cutthroat, survival of the fittest. Like, I was kind of scared, y'all, honestly. But everyone was so sweet. Like, the outlets around us, we were all taking each other's pictures. Like, we follow each other on Instagram now. From the PR to the reporters to the logistics people, like everyone was just so security, like everyone was so supportive and uplifting, and it really made for such a beautiful environment where everyone just wanted to see everyone win. Like, you get that interview, you talk to this person, oh, you killed it, like great questions. Like, it was just so fun and beautiful, and I was like, wow, like this is a community of people who just really love what they do. I think that's also what I realized. Like, it didn't feel cutthroaty because people were just there because they genuinely loved it. They loved storytelling, they loved narrative, they loved the connection piece. Like, it was amazing. So I really had so much fun. And the last lesson that I want to impart upon you, which I kind of mentioned at the beginning, is being in purpose and alignment is literally the best feeling in the world. Like, I felt like I was on cloud nine. I couldn't even go do anything after because I literally just felt so like, I don't know. It was such a divine feeling where I was like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And it's been so sweet reading all of your feedback on the teaser post. And I don't know, shout out to the person who commented that I deserve an SB for that interview, because at the end of the day, where's my award? No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, it was just like, wow, like this feels really good and this feels really cool. And I can't say honestly, like that there's tons of times where I felt that in my life besides the show. So the show and then like hosting in general. So literally so incredible. I'm so thankful to Together for this opportunity. Shout out to my girls, Kayla and Andrea, if they're watching. If you know, you know. I love you guys so much. And yeah, there's more to come, which leads me to part 4. Looking forward, what's next? Your guess is as good as mine. The kind of trend with like the past 6 months has been like, you will learn week to week what's for you that week. So I don't know what's next. I know I'm very excited to see the full interviews that drop very soon. I know that I'm just going to continue to seek God's face in this and just his will for me in this, because I've gotten some opportunities and they like are very shiny and attractive, but I just know it's not God's will for me. So I'm not about to jump out into anything. I would rather be stagnant for a second, or appear to be stagnant in God's will, than moving really fast, but just like completely by myself outside of his grace. So we'll see what's next. But make sure you support Together. I cannot say it enough. I'm just so grateful for them. I love them to pieces. And yeah, like, I hope this is like a call to action for you. Like, get into purpose, get into alignment with your calling, figure out what that is. And for me, I figured out through prayer and through community and through a period of self-isolation where I had to figure out like what it is I wanted during COVID. But for you, it might look different. So do what's best for you. With that, I think that's the SB story time. I'm so grateful, like I said, to all of you for your support. This is going to be more of me like talking about what like happened on the actual day of, but I literally feel like I can't even get into that. I just have to give credit and give glory where it's due. So hopefully y'all enjoyed. I will see you next week for a beautiful interview with one of my friends. She is the daughter of superstars. superstars. So you will know her name, and we had a great conversation. I cannot wait for y'all to see it. I'm so excited to put it out. She's so, I literally am not, I just have so many good words to say about her. So I'm just going to hold. I'm going to hold. And I'll see you next week. Cheers to you. Mwah. Also, y'all, normalize treating yourself after you do amazing things. I just bought myself an iPad. You know how pregnant people get, like, when they have the baby, they get, like, push gifts? This is my push gift. Push it in a purpose, period. So, I don't know. Go buy something fun.